Getting the right to live and work in another country can be a long and difficult process, but that's not always the case for those with money to spend. Golden visas offer the opportunity for wealthy people to essentially buy the right to residency, sometimes without even having to live in the country. And their popularity in the European Union is growing as people look to move away from political decisions such as Brexit that may limit their rights. With the unsettled political and social environment in the US, applications for golden visas from Americans are expected to increase. And in this video, I'll let you know exactly what golden visa schemes are and why has the EU raised questions about their safety in recent months. Residence by investment schemes, otherwise known as golden visas, offer people the chance to get a residency permit for a country by purchasing a house there or making a large investment or donation. Any applicants must be over the age of 18, have a clean criminal record, and have sufficient funds to make the required investment. There are also golden passports, known officially as citizenship by investment programs, that allow foreigners to gain citizenship using the same means. For countries in the EU, this also means gaining access to many of the benefits of being a resident of the bloc, including free movement between countries. In 2022, the European Commission called on EU governments to stop selling citizenship to investors. Though this is different to golden visas, which offer permanent residency rather than citizenship, the call came as part of a move to crack down on this combined multi-billion euro industry. In the wake of the Ukraine war, there were concerns that these schemes could be a security risk. Brussels also called for countries to double-check whether people sanctioned due to the war were holding a golden passport or visa that they had issued. In the past, the EU has also said that schemes of this kind are a risk to security, transparency, and the values that underpin the European Union project. In October 2022, the European Commission urged Albania to refrain from developing an investor's citizenship scheme. Such a scheme would pose risks as regards to security, money laundering, tax evasion, terrorist financing, corruption, and infiltration by organised crime, and would be incompatible with EU norms. Threats also come from outside the bloc. Also in October, the European Commission proposed a suspension of Vanuatu's visa waiver agreement due to golden passport risks. This is because the scheme enables nationals of third countries to gain Vanuatu citizenship, which then earns them visa-free access to Schengen zone countries. In February 2022, the UK government scrapped its golden visa scheme that allowed wealthy foreign nationals to settle in the country in exchange for bringing part of their wealth with them. The decision to end the scheme came as part of a move to clamp down on dirty money from Russia. In February 2023, Ireland also axed its golden visa scheme, known as the Immigrant Investor Programme, which offered Irish residents in return for a €500,000 donation or 3-year annual €1 million investment in the country. Ireland had already suspended the scheme for Russian citizens in March 2022 as part of sanctions imposed on the country for the invasion of Ukraine. The following month, the European Parliament warned that the programme was vulnerable to tax abuse. And the final decision to scrap the scheme was the outcome of various international reports and internal reviews. Also in February 2023, Portugal's Prime Minister announced that the country is ending its lucrative residence by investment scheme to tackle property and rent price speculation. Until now, foreigners could either purchase a property or invest some of their wealth into the country, known as capital transfer investments, in exchange for residency. Between January and August 2022, the program brought almost €398 million to the country. To keep residency status, people previously only had to stay in Portugal for around 7 days each year. However, these visas will now only be renewed for those who use their property as their permanent residence or who rent out their property long term. There are only a few places that still offer golden passports in the EU. One of these countries is Malta. Here, the minimum investment amount starts at €690,000 and offers citizenship for between 12 and 36 months. Many others, however, still offer golden visa schemes. Here are a few examples of exactly how much it costs to get residence by investment in these countries. Spain launched its Residence by Investment scheme in 2013. It too grants residency to foreigners and their families who invest in property in the country. An investment of 500,000 euros in real estate is required to gain the Golden Visa, which gives the right to live, work, and study in Spain. While this is significantly higher than Portugal's minimum investment, there are fewer restrictions on which property you can buy. The visa can also be gained by starting certain types of business in Spain, holding company shares, or bank deposits with a minimum value of 1 million euros in Spanish financial institutions, or making a government bonds investment of at least 2 million euros. Italy is another popular destination for those looking to get residence by investment. Introduced in 2017, its Golden Visa grants non-EU nationals a residence permit for 2 years in exchange for an investment in Italy. The minimum investment here is 500,000 euros, which must be done through an Italian limited company. Those holding these visas can also include their family in the application and benefit from a special tax regime. Once those using the scheme have lived in Italy for 10 years, they can be eligible for citizenship. Greece offers golden visas with one of the quickest processes for gaining residency. Qualifying foreigners can get a permit within 60 days of applying. It used to have one of the lowest thresholds for investment at just 250,000 euros spent on property in the country. In September 2022, the authorities raised this to 500,000 euros to increase the affordability of real estate for locals. And on top of that, golden visa holders aren't required to stay in Greece to keep their visas. By the end of 2021, the country had seen 9,500 applications for these residence by investment schemes, one of the highest numbers in Europe. I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please do give it a like and consider subscribing. Why not share it with someone else you think may be interested in it? And if you have any questions or comments, leave them for me below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I've been Tesh from The Form Filler. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.